Okay, let's start over. That's a
Those matters behave with each other in certain ways. And that, students, is chemistry.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Congratulations to our amazing graduates.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for taking a few moments out of your day to join us. My name is David Mustin, and I'm the Director of Communications for the Dearborn Public Schools. Today is a very special event: Retain, Recruit, and Reimagine. It's kind of the way the Dearborn Public Schools has been going about attracting new talent to our district, as well as paying tribute to all those hardworking people who are already part of our district. Just to give you a little overview of how today will work, this is kind of a press conference interview kind of format, a little bit different today. Several of our outstanding administrators will be here at the podium sharing some information about some of those efforts and programs that we have going on. And then I will have the awesome opportunity to talk with a couple of our just outstanding staff members here today who have joined us here today. We're hoping this program will take about a half hour. It might run a little bit longer than that. And then at the very end, if any members of our media who are here, we will take questions from them. So that's kind of how things are going to run today. I want to get things going right away, and I'm going to introduce our superintendent of the Dearborn Public Schools, Dr. Glenn Maleko.
Thank you very much, David. Good morning, everyone. Want to thank everyone for being here today. Want to thank our staff, our union officials, all those who are here to promote this event. Also to Jacob and Eric, who do a lot of work behind the scenes with the IT, technology, and broadcasting this. I love that video, so that's a great intro for today. And we have Trustee Petlichkov, who's here representing the Board of Education, so we appreciate her attendance and the support of the board for their great leadership in the district. So long before the onset of COVID-19, school districts across the state and even across the nation were facing an ever-increasing shortage of qualified staff. That is not only teachers, but non-instructional staff as well. Salaries that were not competitive with the private sector and a public that expressed an overall lack of respect for the hardworking teachers in the classroom were just two of the main reasons often mentioned for the growing shortages. The onset of the pandemic in March of 2020, and we remember it well, given that the first onset was in one of our schools, and I remember that day very well. We're approaching that anniversary, escalated the problem with staff shortage, and especially in the non-instructional job market area. The Dearborn Public Schools were not immune to these staffing challenges, but due to many proactive steps taken by the district, the impact on our classrooms was not as great. Today, we are here to provide you with an overview of how current actions and those taken several years ago have made Dearborn an attractive choice for those seeking not just a job, but an opportunity. An opportunity that may start as a job, but lead to a rewarding and financially stable career. The programs we have started and are in the process of starting have and will help us to develop and grow our own teachers, principals, administrators, engineers, skilled tradesmen, and others. The contracts we have been able to negotiate with our unions will allow us to provide our staff with higher levels of compensation and show them just how much we appreciate their service to the district. And of course, the partnerships we have created with our outside organizations and universities will allow us to reimagine how we will retain loyal and dedicated staff while at the same time recruiting the best and brightest to our schools. Of course, all this couldn't be done without the collaboration and partnership with our unions. We may not agree all the time, but by working together to reach outcomes that are mutually beneficial has helped us to reach agreements that serve the greater needs of our school. Our union leaders are here today, and I want to thank them for their continued commitment to serve the students in our classroom. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here today. I look forward to continuing to recognize and show our appreciation to our existing staff members and welcoming our new staff members to the Dearborn Public Schools. Thank you. And I also noticed Trustee Watts is here from the Board of Education. She just walked in. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Maysam Ali Bazzi. I'm the Executive Director of Staff and Student Services for Dearborn Public Schools. In Dearborn, our staff, instructional and non-instructional, are our absolute greatest asset, as they are the heart and the reason why we are able to provide such exemplary service to our students and our families. As a token of our appreciation, each month at each board meeting, we recognize a different group of our staff members. In the last few months, we've had the honor to recognize and present certificates of gratitude to staff groups such as our PE teachers, media, music, skilled trades and grounds, clerical staff, and on Monday's board meeting, we will be recognizing our fabulous early childhood teachers as well. Additionally, staff are always encouraged to nominate their colleagues, especially the colleagues that brighten up their days and make a positive impact each day that they come to work. Each board meeting, we recognize and we pull 10 random nominees, and they win $50 gift cards each month that are donated by a variety of our vendors and our partnerships, the companies that we have partnerships, as another small token to say thank you to the staff that makes a difference each day in Dearborn schools. We're extremely proud and excited to share that Dearborn now has the highest starting pay in Wayne County. Our teachers that we hire that have a bachelor's degree earn just under $52,000 starting pay. And the teachers that we hire that have a master's degree earn their starting pay is just over $55,000 as well. Teachers are now eligible for longevity just after 5 quick years, and 5 years does fly by. In the past, you had to be in the district for at least 15 years to be eligible for longevity. So after 5 years, you're eligible for longevity. Our next level is 10 years, and then the levels that were already in the contract and existing for our instructional staff have now increased by 1,000 to 2,000 at each level. This past February, our instructional staff received a $1,500 retention bonus and will receive an additional $1,500 in October. All staff has received 3% additional compensation this current school year and will receive an additional 3% next school year as well. We also offer other programs such as partial tuition reimbursement for staff members that are enrolled in special ed endorsement programs, as special ed is one of the critical shortage areas. Additionally, we offer a annual bonus for our autistic and other teachers that teach other center-based programs such as POHI. I must also highlight one of our most exciting activities and events that we hosted post-pandemic, which was our summer school last year, and we're currently working on our summer school for the summer of 2022, excuse me. The summer school program hosted nearly 9,000 students free of charge to our students and our families, and our staff was well compensated when you compare it to the compensation received in the districts throughout the Tri-County area. I'm excited to say that our teachers were eligible to earn up to $19,500 in an 8-week program last summer. This year's program is 5 weeks long, and they also have another great opportunity to earn additional compensation for their hard work and their service to our students. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nada Alamuddin. I'm the Director of Human Resources for Non-Instructional Staff. I would like to touch on our retention efforts for our non-instructional staff to show our appreciation to their important role that they play in supporting our student and driving them to success. I'm going to start first by explaining our non-instructional groups. We have two non-instructional groups. We have the Dearborn Federation of School Employees, DFSE, and we have the DSOEA, which includes our engineer and all their classifications. For our DFSE group, Dearborn Federation of School Employees, we have our clerical staff, our bus drivers, bus attendants, building operations specialists, paraprofessionals, and many other classifications. And recently, childcare workers joined this group. And as I said, our DSOEA is our engineers group. So some of our efforts were a couple of letter of agreements with these unions, which included eliminating the bottom steps for many DFSE classifications, and also included a compensation of 3% for all our non-instructional staff. We also provided a stipend of either $250 or $500 to all of our non-instructional staff members that did not receive the $250 from the COVID grant that was provided by the Department of Treasury. So overall, the non-instructional employees have earned $500, whether in combination between the Department of Treasury and Dearborn Public Schools or just Dearborn Public Schools. In addition, we have developed some programs to help the professional development of our employees and to help them grow professionally in the district. Some of these programs are the Engineer Mentoring Program, and this program has been implemented and it has shown great success because it provides our new engineers with the support needed. They have a mentor that they can go to and talk to if they are facing any issues or if they have any questions to succeed in their roles. We also have the Engineer and BOS Training Program. We have done all the legwork for this program. Hopefully, we're going to launch it in the summer. And this program will give the opportunity for any Dearborn Public School employee who's interested in becoming a BOS, Building Operations Specialist or Engineer. This will be an on-the-job training, a program until they get their certification and become licensed engineers and or BOSs. We also have the Trades Apprenticeship Program. This program we've developed in collaboration with Henry Ford College and the Department of Labor. We've also done the legwork for that program, and hopefully it is ready to be launched in the summer. We're very proud of this program and looking forward to implementing it for our trades and whoever is interested in becoming a trades employee. We also have the Engineer District Professional Development Program, and this program will provide our engineers with on-the-job continuous training. They will have different opportunities for professional growth, and this program will be provided by other departments or Henry Ford Community College.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Pam Miller. I am the Director of Payroll and Benefits, and I am going to talk with you about some of the benefit packages we offer our benefit-eligible employees. The health insurance plan in Dearborn is quite different than any other plan that we have in the state of Michigan. About 11 years ago, the union leaders came together, along with the upper administration in the district, to discuss the rising healthcare costs and see how could they offer the same coverage to all employees. They wanted the superintendent down to the hourly employee that was benefit eligible to have the exact same coverage and have this be affordable. So they came together and they formed what is called a VEBA. A VEBA is a voluntary employee beneficiary association. So this did allow for lower costs for the employees. They all have the same plan, the same coverage. Not only are the premiums low, but the deductibles are low as well. So currently, right now, a full-time employee with family coverage is paying approximately $2,052 a year for their premium, and that's a full family coverage with a $300 deductible. That's very affordable for our employees. The VIBA also developed a very robust wellness program. They have a wellness committee. They put together a calendar every year that goes out to the employees where they can participate in maybe an online virtual yoga class. We've had to switch to virtual, unfortunately, with COVID. Or maybe a webinar they could watch on how to care for an aging parent, or even how to eat healthier and lose a few inches around the middle. So we're very proud of all the programs that we offer our employees. One new thing that we've added to the benefit program about a year ago, the district decided to partner with Uliance as our employee assistance program. This is a benefit that is offered to all of our employees, their spouses or live-in partner, and their dependents under the age of 27 still living in the employee's home. All of this is of no cost to the employee. Uliance offers things such as counseling, up to 10 counseling visits per year. You can do telephone therapy sessions. You can be referred out and have an in-person therapy session. We offer coaching. By that I mean, or they offer coaching. By that I mean individual life enhancement goals, crisis support. In the event that there might be a crisis in any of our buildings, Uliance would send out their staff members, social workers, to be there to help our employees deal with any situation. They have work-life materials as well as legal and financial consultations, and these are all free to our employees. So we're very excited about all of our programs and benefits that we have to offer our employees. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hilda Irani, and I am the consultant for recruitment and retention with the Dearborn Public Schools. I oversee the Dearborn Teacher University, which supports all of our newly hired professional staff during their first 3 years in the district. The Dearborn Teacher University is a comprehensive program that was developed 6 years ago to meet the needs of our newly hired professional staff. Teachers, counselors, and our special ed ancillary staff remain in DTU for 3 years. During their induction period, new hires are supported through on-site school visits, where an overview of available resources and district contacts are shared with them to help them become better acclimated with the Dearborn schools. At the building level, all professional staff are assigned a mentor for 3 years. The mentor-mentee teams meet regularly to discuss any topic or area that the mentee feels that they might need further support with. For our new hires with prior experience, mentor support is optional. In addition, the Dearborn Teacher University provides a full year of professional development opportunities for all first-year staff. Topics include, but are not limited to, teaching strategies, classroom management, technology integration, assessment, social-emotional learning, among other topics. Not only are staff improving their teaching practices, but they're also learning about our district, and by attending these sessions, they are able to fulfill both district and Michigan Department of Education requirements that are required during their first 3 years of teaching. Finally, our program would not be possible without the dedicated support of our amazing mentors. Administrators work diligently to select our top teachers and special ed education staff to mentor our new hires. Mentors receive both a stipend and credit towards their certificate renewals. To acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our mentor staff, a recent letter of agreement was established that increased amounts mentors receive that are compensated for supporting our new professional staff. In addition, Michigan Department of Ed will also offer credit for mentors that can be applied towards their teaching certificate renewal. Thank you.
We all know the importance of being competitive as far as compensation goes and offering those things such as a robust benefit package and opportunities for our staff members. However, I think the best way to kind of find out how things really are in the Dearborn Public Schools is to talk to some staff members who are part of that Dearborn Public Schools team. Joining me right now, Ryan Lazar, who is a phys ed teacher in our virtual K-12 school, and Kimberly Ishmael, who is the office manager over at Duval Elementary School. Both of you have been around this district for a little while. You've kind of had that opportunity to experience and grow here. Ryan, I'm just going to start with you a little bit. You have been involved in the Teacher University program that we just heard mentioned, and a little bit about your role as a mentor teacher, and how has that really played out for you?
Well, it's been a very rewarding situation. If you go back to the beginning, David, years ago, when I was responsible for overseeing all phys ed and athletics at the district level, one of my other assignments here at the central office was to actually create. So I have roots in this teacher mentor program, to create and oversee it. And then moving positions in the district, and years later here now, I've had the opportunity to oversee at least probably 12 mentees. I was counting last night, thinking about it, more if you count my student teachers. And it's a very rewarding situation, because you can kind of give back and instill all the things you've learned over the years and keep these individuals new to our district moving in a positive direction and learning about what a nice, cohesive place Dearborn is, both as a school district and a city in general. The school district has always been very central to this support that our community always offers. So it's wonderful to instill this to new members of our teaching community and city community as well. So it's been a great opportunity. I really enjoyed it.
Great. Kimberly, I know you've spent some time in adult and community ed, and now you're at Duval Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that experience for you being here in the Dearborn Public Schools. What does that mean to you, and how has that really played out as you've worked here over the last several years?
Well, essentially, I think that one of the things I really appreciate about working for the district is the community relations that it has. It's not only a workplace, but it's also an extension of community. In terms of, I appreciate all the diversity that we have. I also appreciate all the creative rhythms that the district provides in learning programs, not only for our staff, but also for our students. And I think that's an important role to have, because you then translate that into confidence, into teaching our students what's really important. And I think one of the things I really appreciate is the transparency that the district has too.
Right. If somebody's sitting out there right now and thinking, boy, there's lots of opportunities for different school districts that maybe I could go work at instructional or on the non-instructional side as well, what would be that one piece of advice that you would give them to say, you know what, you should be here?
I would say that though we may be the third largest district in the state of Michigan, we really have a family work-like environment. And I think that's important. I think it's important to know that if there's something going on, you always know who to reach out to. You always know that there's a good support system here. And I really believe that we spend most of our time at work, and it's important to have that family-like environment. And I think the Dearborn district really provides that.
Ryan?
Yeah, piggybacking on that, I've been a part of the school district, I like to tell people, since I was 5 years old. Okay, so now if you count that and all my work career, I mean, I don't want to date myself, but it's obviously pushing a half century, I guess, being part of the Dearborn Public Schools. And because of that and the community support I mentioned earlier, and you captured that and encapsulated that nicely with, making it a close-knit type of environment. And I think we're both alluding to the same thing here. That's what allows to do a lot of the special programming that I've been a pleasure to have been able to run over the years. Our most recent that a lot of you might be familiar with is our Walk and Roll Junior, challenge. Right now where students are having the opportunities to bike and walk to school, to kind of go more green, reduce the carbon footprint and with drop off and pick up traffic and raise their fitness and health levels as well. That's just one of the recent ones. Over the years, like I said, being a supportive community and supportive city with the school district being central to that, it's a pleasure, because you get these extra opportunities you may not get other places. You're part of the school system's family and a part of the city's family when those people are backing you.
Well, thank you both. I really appreciate you taking a few moments to stop by and share some of those thoughts with us. More importantly, thank you for all you do for our students in the district. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
I think now we're going to touch on a little bit about some of those efforts that have been going on to recruit new people here to the Dearborn Public Schools.
All right, so one way that we want to recruit in the district is via our new instructional staff is through our attending job fairs. Dearborn Schools has a history of attending these recruiting events throughout Michigan and neighboring states. Given the circumstances of the past year and conditions improving, thankfully, more job fairs are moving from virtual to in-person events, which is great news for us and for our prospective employees. District representatives, including several building administrators, are able to attend job fairs where on-site interviews are conducted, and in some instances, potential applicants are screened and called back for follow-up interviews and hopefully hiring. We found that our attendance at job fairs has helped our district connect with universities and colleges around the state. It helps build partnerships since many of our student teachers are placed with us from our local area schools. In previous years, the Dearborn Public Schools has also attended mock interview sessions. We hope to continue doing those as well. These are hosted by our local universities as an opportunity for graduating college seniors to not only gain experience with the interview process, but then also make connections with us and our district administrators for potential employment. Thank you.
In our efforts to attract talent for our non-instructional positions, we also had a few things in place, including letter of agreements with unions, DFSE and DSOEA. We also had an all-staff recruitment stipend, which ranges between $100 and $1,000 for any employee who refers a candidate or another potential employee to work in the district, whether it's a sub position or it's a permanent position. We also restructured the pay schedule for many classifications. We restructured the pay schedules for engineers, custodial staff, BOS, clerical, bus drivers, bus attendants, food services, paraprofessionals, trades, and childcare workers. As you see, a lot of work was going on with the unions to attract employees. And with the restructuring of the pay schedule, what happened is we eliminated many of the steps on the pay schedule, which allowed employees to start in Dearborn Public Schools at a higher rate. We've also had job fairs. We did participate in local job fairs, and we even facilitated these job fairs for the non-instructional staff. We had them at the building levels throughout all our buildings. Throughout Dearborn, on each side of the city. We also participated in the job fair held annually at Henry Ford College and at Access. And this year, we've also had the opportunity to sign up for a job fair with MDE, the Michigan Department of Education. This is the first time I think they do anything for the non-instructional staff. We're very excited to be part of this too this year. We're going to 2 job fairs schedules. And as you might see in the community, we have hiring banners all over the buildings. So I hope all these efforts will help us recruit great talent to join our team in Dearborn. Thank you.
Obviously, lots of great recruitment efforts going on in the Dearborn Public Schools. And I guess they are successful because joining me right now are 2 of our newest employees. You guys have been here for a little while. And joining me is Diana and
Melanie.
Melanie.
No
I'm sorry,
problem.
Melanie.
No problem.
I had your last name first. I was saying Foley, and I'm messed up here. So I apologize for that.
No problem.
So first off, a parapro. paraprofessional at Henry Ford Early College and a teacher over at Howard Elementary School. Thank you both for joining us here today. So first off, I guess I got to find out what brought you here. What was that decision?
For me, it actually was a referral from a friend, and she just talked so great about Dearborn. She encouraged me and said, "You should apply to Dearborn." And she had nothing but good things to say. And then coming here, I know exactly what she's talking about. So, yeah, just to touch on that, it was the students. My heart is just, they're so sweet, willing to learn. I mean, they have that drive for excellence, and it makes my job easy.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, I worked in nonprofit for 11 years, and I just always had known my heart wanted to be in education. I love working with the students, and I know several people who work in the district, and I've heard nothing but positive, amazing things about working here. And it is true. I'm so happy I made the leap into education, and it's been such a wonderful experience.
That's great. And we thank you, and we're glad you made that jump here as well. So again, I ask our veteran staff members a question. I'm going to ask you that same question. Someone's out there right now today, and there might be many opportunities out there for them. What would you say to them to say, hey, you know what? You need to be here?
I would say Dearborn is an amazing place. The community, like a couple of them touched on, you just feel so warm and welcomed from the parents. I've never worked with such awesome parents that just are so willing to help or support. And just the community, the staff members that I've worked with, they're just amazing. You really feel, as someone else said, just a part of the community. The culture, and to touch on just a mentor you're given in the beginning, that really helped just kind of introduce me and get my feet wet, per se.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had so much experience with human resources, with payroll, with administration, my supervisors, my principal, and every single person I've had an interaction with has been so welcoming and so helpful, and I just can't say enough what a great experience it's been so far.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I hope that 10 years from now we can meet again and we can share these same stories and share these same experiences. I think that, we are a district, 20,000 students, and third largest district in the state, which was mentioned a little bit earlier. But yet I think both of you have touched upon that small town feel, that hometown kind of feel that we get here in Dearborn. I think that's maybe something that brought you here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you both for joining us today. I really, really appreciate it. And again, as I said before, thank you for all that you do for our students. That really is the most important part.
Thank you.
Greetings. I'm Amal Kadre, Director of Human Resources for Instructional Staff. Addressing the teacher shortage is the most important challenge facing Michigan schools and many schools across the nation. State Superintendent Dr. Rice has made efforts for investments in recruiting and retaining quality educators across the state. Dearborn has also worked to create and implement programs and opportunities to recruit and retain teachers so all of our classrooms are staffed with qualified teachers. Our very own Teacher Cadet program is offered to our high school students who are interested in pursuing a teaching career. This program focuses on theory and practice of teaching and learning. Dearborn also offers a pre-education program at the Henry Ford Early College. This is a 5-year, tuition-free program for students interested in pursuing a career in teaching. Students who complete this program graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree from Henry Ford College in either secondary education, elementary education, special education, early childhood education. Additionally, these students will graduate with a paraprofessional certificate. The Human Resources Department has worked to build partnerships with local colleges and universities, such as Wayne State University, the University of Michigan, Henry Ford College, and Davenport University in efforts to recruit graduates to Dearborn, including hosting practicum students and placing student teachers in our classrooms. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Truman Johnson Jr. to speak about our partnership with Wayne State University's True Grant Project.
Good morning, Dr. Truman Hudson Jr., like the department store that we once had in our beautiful city state. On behalf of Wayne State University, my colleagues at the university, I want to say thank you for having us here to speak to you about our Metro Detroit True project. True is an acronym for Teaching, Residency, and Urban Excellence. And the program was developed in 2019, pre-pandemic, through a partnership with the United States Department of Education. And consistent with what Amal just shared, our aim is to recruit, retain, and reimagine education, more specifically in STEM. And with our focus in STEM, our aim is to work with students who are coming into our Masters of Arts Teaching program to provide them with the supports necessary over a 5-year period to get into our PK-12 partner schools in Detroit, in Dearborn, more specifically Detroit Public Schools and Dearborn Public Schools. Through that partnership over the past 2 years, we've had an opportunity to work with a total of 12 residents who have been placed in Detroit and Dearborn, and in their placements, they've received $40,000 to actually go through the program as a stipend for their first year. And as they move through their first year of coursework and being placed inside of the district, they were working with mentor teachers in the districts. We have 100% placement of our 12 residents. And those residents are working in the middle school and high school, specifically in science and math, and they're doing a great job. And we want to applaud the mentor teachers in Dearborn because they provide excellent coaching to help our teachers learn how to connect with the students from a culturally responsive disposition. And that's the framework that we want to drive forward, that all students are different and all students bring something unique to the classroom experience. So it's important that our teachers speak to the various identities that students bring. Through the Metro Detroit True Project, we are in our phase 2 of recruiting cohort 2. Cohort 2 should start this May. We currently have 11 candidates, which represent a diverse body of individuals, from individuals with PhDs who are second career learners who want to go into teaching. We also have individuals from industry who have given consideration to coming back and giving back into the field of education. Based on these 11 candidates, plus the 12 that we've just graduated who are currently in the school districts, our aim is to work with them over a period of 5 years to not only give them 18 months of instruction as well as placement, but an additional 2 years of support post-graduation, where we have coaches at the universities in partnership with the professional learning communities that we create with the school district to support their success inside of the district. And it's kind of reminds me of the medical school model, where you go on these various rotations, which is what occurs in our program. They get in these various rotations in math and the different schools, and then they actually land. And when they land, we support them throughout that process. So that is the Metro Detroit True Project, and we look forward to continuing the partnership with Dearborn Public Schools because we know there's a lot of work to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hudson Jr. Dearborn also offers many opportunities for personal and professional growth for our staff. One program we would like to highlight is the Galileo program, which is a program that enhances leadership skills for our educators.
Galileo is a secret gem that not enough people in Dearborn know about. It is a program that really betters teachers.
Galileo essentially is professional development on steroids, like PD you don't want to end. Every month that we're together, we're so engaged and we're so focused on what we're doing, we're not even paying attention to what time it is.
Galileo has felt like a gift to me. I've experienced the best professional development in the past 2 years. And I'll take that even a step further to say that it's made me a better person. As teachers, we need to reflect on self-care, self-compassion, and empathy. As educators, we cannot pour from an empty cup.
You're with teachers all across Michigan who have the like-mindedness of yourself for growth mindset, bettering yourself, and learning strategies. I teach preschool, but I'm around people in the program that actually are at a college level. So it doesn't matter what grade level you teach, you get together and you share strategies, and it's motivating.
You need to have that intrinsic motivation, that drive to want to better yourself and to better education as a whole, because you kind of start internally, work on yourself, and then you kind of use that to change things that are maybe outside of your comfort zone.
Each month when my battery was at its lowest and I was just really tired or defeated, I would go meet my fellow Galileans, and they just bring you back to life, and it rejuvenated you, and you just felt so much better. And then you take the strategies or things that you would learn, and then you go and apply it into the field.
Galileo helped me become curious and courageous while connecting and building relationships with other educators among the 3 counties, Wayne, Macomb, and Oakland, and that alone has been priceless.
You're going to stretch, you're going to grow as a person. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I guarantee that you will come out a changed person for the better, and we won't regret a second of it.
I would tell fellow potential candidates that this is a great program. A lot of rumors going around Dearborn is that it is extra work. By no means is it extra work. They provide you a sub. You go once a month. They provide you anything you need. In reality, it's a gift to yourself, and it's something that's going to stay with me for life. And I'm really honored and humbled to be able to have this opportunity here in Dearborn to be a part of this program, and I'm excited to see where else it leads me.
What I would tell potential candidates is that we need teacher leadership now more than ever. Galileo is going to transform your learning. It's going to transform your teaching, not add more work to it. I will forever be grateful to Galileo for helping me lead from where I stand and to rise up. That is the golden nugget of Galileo.
Well, I think you can see that when it comes to appreciating and retaining the staff that we have here in the Dearborn Public Schools, a lot of efforts have gone into that as well. And we also have gone out to recruit, because that has been another challenge, not only facing our district, but school districts across the entire state. I hope that this program was able to give everybody a little bit of an overview of the kinds of things that we are doing in the Dearborn Public Schools to be competitive and to attract new people and retain those who are here. You know, a robust compensation package that is competitive is absolutely necessary in today's market. But beyond that, you have to offer staff those things, those intangible things, those programs, those other benefits, those chances to grow as a person, personally, and to grow in your career as well. And I think that that is what we are trying to do here today. Hopefully, that was the message that we were able to get out to you today, that that is what's taking place here in the Dearborn Public Schools. I want to thank very much our panel who was here today, was able to share with all of you some of those great stories, some of those great things that are going on in the Dearborn Public Schools. And I know that if there are any questions remain, please contact our Human Resources Office. They are here to help and answer all those great questions that you may have. More importantly, if you're thinking about a career in education, on the instructional side, on the non-instructional side, please visit our website. You can apply right there online as well and join our team. Be a part of this Dearborn Public Schools family that all of us are so very proud to be part of, and take a great amount of personal satisfaction in doing our jobs, in serving our students. What more noble of a profession as that of teaching and serving students and raising that next, educating that next generation who will go on to be the doctors and lawyers and architects and teachers and principals. Thank you very much all for joining us here today. This program will be shown on our YouTube channel and on Facebook and on our cable channel as well. So if you missed anything today, don't worry. There'll be plenty of opportunities to catch all of this again. Again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, board members, for being here. Thank you, staff members, for being here. And have a great and wonderful day.